Hey, what's up traders? Let's break down this EURUSD CLS model number 1, which just made us more than 6k in this week, right? So we will look exactly why we have taken this trade in our group, why we have entered around this 16337, why we added some trades and we held it until the 15784, right, which is exactly 50% of this CLS range, right? So I'm not gonna be showing you just like this and saying you this is what we did, right? But we really did it, right? Here is a trading view and we posted it before the fact in the moment where was the situation for the entry, right? And this is how the trade was working, right? If you look at this, it's quite shame that you didn't hold all the way, but the strategy says model 1 closing at the 50%. So we stick to the strategy and we will look at this breakdown completely, right? So I'm going to delete everything in here and you will see how we are doing it in membership and the academy from the scratch, right? But first of all, I will take you here into the higher time frame, which is what I have predicted in the February, and we've been predicting the potential high of the year for the euro in here. And why I'm showing this, because it's completely same thing, right? Again, we get a range, right? We get a manipulation in here, and then we expecting price to reach 50% and the complete range. So that's what we're trading on the all the time frames, and this is basically what has been a framework in here. As you can see, price been dropping all the way down, and this gave us a higher time frame bias for our lower time frame trades, right? So there was a many shorts, many ranges which we've been able to short, right? But right now we will be looking at the specific one, which is this one on this lower almost lows, right? So let's go to the daily again, and we will look at this range. But again, let's put it to the 3 months and let's analyze the range, right? So as you can see in here, we got this range here, right? So that's a CLS range, this big time frame candle, big candle, right? And then we got a basically a manipulation dipping into the key level above here, right? So this is the liquidity, we went above the liquidity, and in here obviously this up candle before that move down, it's a key level. But we can also go to the lower time frame, which would be daily if I remember well, right? And let me show you in here, we need to go a little bit more left, right? And yeah, so it's going to be weekly. Look, and in here we basically have these up candles, right? So this is where the price is reacted, this is our key level, right? So we have a key level, we have a manipulation in here, and then we expecting price to reach that 50% of that range in here, right? Now let's drop it to the daily, and on a daily we can see, and we can become being bearish once this is closed below, right? So that's our confirmation. So then we are bearish and we are trading the short. So there was a multiple shorts, right? There was a multiple ranges in here, but as I said, we're gonna be focusing on this one down, which was that recent trade which I have shown you in here, right? So let's go, let's actually delete everything here from this higher time frame, and let's go down here to this zone. I will bring it down to the 4 hours because it's a kind of a nice time frame, I would say, and I will bring the indicator, which is of course part of our academy, right? So if you are a member, you obviously have it, or if you don't, you can join and get it, right? So in here it's not only showing these higher time frame candles but also the ranges, but I will not use them right now for this purpose of the education. I will just draw them by manually, right? So again, first of all, a higher time frame, right? We analyze the higher time frame range and we targeting the 50%. So we want to be looking only for a shorts, right? Not longs. And in here we had this Monday range, right? Monday range is usually considered as like kind of like an initial balance, the accumulation for the whole week, right? So we highlighting this range, right? As you can see, this is obviously aligning with this range in here, right? And if you bring it to the higher time frame, you will see how nicely it is a range, right? So we've been trading this manipulation of this range, but again, if you remember from the few moments before, there has to be a key level, right? So look, manipulation into this gap, right? So that's our key level. Let's drop it down to the 1 hour, because it's a daily range, so we need to be trading from the 1 hour time frame. Right now we don't need this indicator anymore, we see the range, but what I want to show you is this. Right, again, what is actually happening in here. Right, you can see how basically the price was consolidating in here, and then it has made this false breakout, and then price start to move lower. Right, so what is happening in here? Right, what traders are doing? Right, if we look at the higher time frame in here, we can see that basically above this candle, right, we have this candle with the wick. At the specific moment, this candle was looking like this. Right, let me change the color a little bit. Obviously this is supposed to be a blue color, right, to match my candles, because blue is bullish, so but I shouldn't be using white one, but just for the purpose to show you. Right, the candle has opened and then traded higher, right, and at this moment it was really looking bullish. Right, I believe many traders has entered in here, but what then has happened is basically that the candle wicked back down and closed inside. Right, now these traders who entered long in here are what? Are in a trap where they put their stop loss, right, usually below the range, right, or somewhere in the midpoint. Right, so that's why we're targeting this and also this. Right, so this is for us a signal. So we have the Monday range, then we have a manipulation in here, right, and then we expecting price going lower. So we need to drop to the 1 hour time frame. Now we don't need this higher time frame candles anymore, and then we are looking for the specific framework in here, which is accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. Right, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to bring a session indicators, just clicking in here. Right, so I got the template saved here, and let's look what has been happening. So we had a Monday candle. Right, this is a many candles, so this is a 1 hour candles, here is like a 24 candles. Right, then the session of the Asia is opening, so we have the Asian session accumulating and manipulation during the London. Right, and then New York starts to distribute lower. Right, here was also the run above these highs. Right, why? Because here's one tricky thing. If you watching also my other video about the GBP, they are highly correlated in here, but what has happened in here? For our confirmation, we need to see a close below this candle. Right, and again, as I've been right now explaining about that candle which went higher and then closed lower. Right, same thing has happened in here. At some specific moment, this candle was looking like that. Right, and if this candle closed like this, that would be all good, we could enter, but it didn't happen. Right, what has happened? Candle has wicked above. Right, but some traders again definitely entered in here. Right, and they had stop losses in here, and price went for these stop losses. Right, so they manipulate them again during the New York, and then price start to drop lower. Right, so in this moment, it is when we once we have seen this second manipulation, because we already have these experiences, and we didn't let us tricked into this trade in here. We waited for this, and then we entered in here. Right, so this is important because on the GBP it was happening a little bit differently. Right, let me show you. I'll take you now to the GBP because it's a trade which we took also. So the GBP had this manipulation also, but it closed inside. Right, and it has closed below this candle, so the GBP doesn't have to do the manipulation. Right, what has happened? So GBP didn't make that manipulation and started to move lower. Right, while the Euro didn't have this close in here, so they run above again. Right, and that's basically a divergence. Right, so another confirmation for going short in here. So let me break it down in here. Right, so we have a Asian session, London session, right, not closing. Then if that doesn't happen, right, New York going for the liquidity another time. Right, and then as we can see in here, right, manipulation on the Euro, but pound similar case has closed below here, so it's for us kind of a signal. So that's why we've been able to enter a little bit earlier in here, right, like that, and then we've been targeting this 50%. Why? Because it was based on a higher time frame, bias also, right? So once you start to putting all these pictures together, you will see that this is really easy trading, right? But it needs a little bit practice, but everyone can do it. So if you're ready to start your trading journey with the CLS, join our trading academy and we will see you inside. Bye bye.